I
and
see.
said she likes a little bit of light
Okay.
music, kind of just underneath the
Okay.
light.
I see. Okay. Perfect. I think I'm gonna do like an intro and then we start doing that.
You would need the, not that one, but the other simple gifts. These are titled Life.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Good morning, good morning. We're about to go into sacred space, so they properly put me up here before we go into sacred space. Just to kind of get some announcements out of the way, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're watching on Facebook and on social media as well. And to a reminder, as folks come in, might be a little delayed with the Susan G. Komen breast cancer walk, which was awesome to see. As you come in, of course, want to remind you, the cell phone needs to be silenced, muted, better still, turn it off. Trust me, the world, sadly, will go on, better or worse. We don't need to monitor it every minute. We can turn off our phones for 1 hour. And if you're going to bring a drink in here, we ask that you have it no open containers. So sippy cups are all right, sir. Just no open containers in the sanctuary. A couple of announcements. First of all, I was reminded that we have 2 new board members here at Althea, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to acknowledge Rick Schaefer and Sam Blumenthal. Those are our 2 newest board members. So at long last, we now have a fully functioning, populated board. It's pretty cool. At least for now, right? It's a cycle. Onward, we talk about our community connections held each Thursday on Zoom. It's free. It's Thursdays 11 to 12:30. They help us stay connected for folks who can't be here in person or might not be able to come on Sunday. So that's our community connection, 11 to 12:30. They cover all kinds of topics, spiritual and otherwise. Also, the Althea Book Club. We've been talking about that. It meets on Thursdays, right, from 2 to 3:30. And, of course, Reverend leads that. What's the current book? The Way of Mastery, which is a really good one. So you want to get involved into book discussion, that's a great option. And a reminder about our 100-year campaign, Donations Matter. You've seen the results, the fruits of the labor. It's a beautiful, beautiful new sanctuary, and we have now raised over $73,000 toward our $100,000 goal. That's pretty cool, and we continue to raise funds straight on through to the end of the year. Of course, every Sunday after the service, we have our prayer partners available. It's a really powerful moment if you need some private counsel or support. Today's prayer partners are Dick and Lee Peterson. They'll be available in the historic library, which is right around this corner, after service. It's a powerful and beautiful thing if you'd like to take advantage of it. And I'm told this Friday night, did you want to get up here and demonstrate what the shimmy is? Or no? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Friday after at the sanctuary, the Denver belly dance community is holding Nightmare on Shimmy Street. You sure you don't want to demonstrate how we shimmy? Yes, very well done. They've had a lot more practice than I have at the shimmy. It'll be a lot of fun, and that'll be, again, to celebrate Halloween. It's Friday night. You get information and tickets on our website. Show starts at 7 p.m. I don't know if it's usually the shimmy and the shake, isn't it? The shimmy, so I think they'll do both. We've been very blessed here at Althea. I've been a member about 2 years to see so much growth. And that is illustrated, I think, most clearly in our new spiritual director. We say new, she's been here a while. But if you're just watching on Facebook or YouTube for the first time, we're going to continue to introduce her so that you can get familiar with who she is. Reverend Christina Jones is the spiritual director, CSL minister, certified personal development coach, inspirational speaker, and a whole lot more. She founded DivineFeminineEvolution.org. That's a new CSL-affiliated focus ministry. She's been active in New Thought, New Age movement since childhood. And when you hear her speak, she'll often talk about her family. 7 generations of powerful ancestors. Her lineage, passing on metaphysical and spiritual principles from her family traditions to all of us. So here now is Reverend Christina.
What a month it has been. Usually we start here with a land acknowledgement and an affirmation of diversity, but I want to take a pause and acknowledge what's going on the planet. So if you're willing, take a deep breath. I got this last night that not only chanting for peace, how about we chant for love, for absolute love. This morning, I was told to put my hands over a map of Israel and the entire Middle East. And I'm going to invite us all this week and for the rest of this year, take your hands over a map in a book or on your cell phone, tablet, whatever, and literally chant the word love to the Middle East. For our brothers and sisters, no matter their religious beliefs and their faiths, we are all one. Thank you. Althea acknowledges the land that this beautiful property stands upon, the Cheyenne and Arapaho and Ute Nation, and their legacy means everything here. There's an energy field in the vortex of love, of ancient histories that continues to thrive, and we are all part of it. And Althea supports in this very building 2 nonprofits, Sisters of the Sun and Sisters of Color United in Education. We do practice what we preach. In a form of diversity, we do acknowledge there has been atrocities. And we're a community of diverse spiritual seekers. Althea honors all faiths, all beliefs, all traditions, and believes in the oneness of the whole. And we're a growing community of diverse race, age, gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, and other backgrounds and physical abilities. Althea is an evolving consciousness, moving beyond differences and dichotomies, and really aware of the atrocities that has happened on this planet and in this country. We're ever more aware of the love that is present here. We believe in the oneness of all, that we see spirit in all beings and all forms of life. We are open and are safe for spiritual seekers to further their journey on a spiritual path to our waking spirits and oneness for all. When you think this week, remember oneness, remember love, and send it. Really send it and feel it. And now, I'd like to welcome all first-timers here. If you're new to Althea, we have a small gift for you. Please raise your hand, and someone will give you a flower. Wonderful, welcome. And afterwards, we always have a community lunch. If you're a first-timer here, your lunch is on us. So feel free to join us in community, in love, in light, and cheerfulness. And if you're online, if you're new, please put a message in YouTube or Facebook that you're new, and feel free to even ask for a prayer request. And now, another opening prayer, because we believe in prayer, from Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Reverend. I think like a lot of you, I've been in contact with my Jewish family and friends, with folks in Israel. And one of my dearest friends, my closest friend, I asked if he might suggest a Jewish prayer that I could share this morning as our opening prayer. To be honest, I was expecting a prayer of sorrow, or of anger, or of revenge, or of righteousness. But the prayer he suggested that I read to you is the Jewish prayer of Shekhinah. This is a very short prayer, and it is said anytime you experience something new for the first time in a year. First yellow leaf of fall, first bite of pumpkin pie, first time you wake up and kiss your dog or your cat or your spouse. It's a very simple blessing to give thanks for the little miracles and in acknowledging the little things. That's what helps us get through the big ones. I will not say this in Hebrew. This is the English translation of Shekhinah. Blessed are you, our God, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and brought us to this beautiful season. Amen.
Please stand, and I invite you to say the statement of being, followed by the face of God. A statement of being is in your program. God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are individualized expressions of God and are ever one with his perfect life, perfect love, and perfect presence. Now let's sing Face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. We are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. We are a family. You are the face of God. Thank you. Our featured musician today is Verena Fuentes. She's Denver-based, Mexico-born singer, songwriter whose project mainly focuses on pop R&B. In 2019, she released her first two singles, It's My Pride and Let You. In October of the same year, she was opening for act for a Mexican band called Vera at the Lunario del Auditorio Nacional, one of most important concert venues in Mexico City. Verena has been in magazines, on radio shows, and in concert halls, both near and far. Her music feels familiar because it is so personal. Verena says she writes about, quote, all things about myself that I've been working on through the building of my relationships, therapy, my journey through trauma, etc. Something that has also always inspired me is wanting to speak up about experiences that I have had as a woman of color and how that has influenced the way that I have seen myself throughout the years. Let's welcome Verena Fuentes.
Thank you very much. Can you all hear me okay? Yeah, so this song, this first song that I'm gonna play for you all is called, it's in Spanish, but I will tell you a little bit what it's about. It's called Alcanzar, which means to reach. And I was telling Christina that sometimes music feels as sort of something wants to talk through me. And this is one of those songs that I wasn't really thinking too much about. It just felt like it was just trying to come out through me. And it just, the chorus says, I want to reach with my hands what humankind hasn't ever touched. So it's kind of like me trying to reach this being that I've always felt really close to me, that has gotten me through a lot of things. So yeah, this is Alcanzar.
Las llagas han sanado toda mi
alcanzar con las manos lo que no conoció el ser humano. Dame a probar la dulzura de la libertad. Quiero alcanzar con las manos lo que no conoció el ser humano. Dame a probar la dulzura de la libertad. Mírame y dime todo lo que sientes cuando tú mis ojos ves. Tómame la mano y dime qué hacer para la razón de una vez. Asómate a la ventana de mi dolor y mira cómo las llagas han sanado. Toma mi vida y conviértela en una historia de amor. Y quiero alcanzar con las manos lo que no conoció el ser humano. Dame a probar la dulzura de la libertad. Y quiero alcanzar con las manos lo que no conoció el ser humano. Dame a probar la dulzura de la libertad.
All right, hi everybody. There's 2 readings. This first one is by Barbara Marks Hubbard. She was the president of the Foundation for Conscious Evolution, a speaker, a social innovator, and author. In the past, glorious visions of the future, heaven, paradise, nirvana, were thought to happen after death. The newer thought is that we do not have to die to get there. We are not speaking here of life after death in some mythical heaven, but life more abundant in real time in history. We are speaking of the next stage of our social evolution. And the next one is by Tulsi Mehar Thresh. She was a Nepali activist, author, and social worker. Evolution of conscience. Civilization is the outcome of evolution of human cognitive ability. The level of consciousness makes you more superior to the rest of animals. Your ability to distinguish right and wrong is always governed by a level of awareness of yourself and the world around you. How you interact and adopt with dynamic world and exchange and change in circumstances decide span of your existence and prosperity. Our unbelievable cognitive ability of our brain enjoys the privilege of perpetual state of learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Sam's one of our newest board members. And Verena, thank you and congratulations. She is graduating, what, in 2 months? From CU Denver. Congratulations. Beautiful voice. So we're in part 2 of the LEAF principle. If you are new here, started with listen. That's the first L. And hopefully we all been listening. And there's been a lot to listen to. There's a lot external, but it's about a lot internal. And we're moving into evolution. We're in it. The revolution is the evolution. It is time for us to evolve. I was looking at the word evolution. You know, there's the word love in it. That's amazing. I love playing with words. Barbara Max Hubbard, I have her twice. Because what we're seeing on the planet, she spoke about 30 years ago. And she says, when we experience our own desire for transformation, we are feeling the universe evolving through us. And I like to add, as us. Through us, as us. We are to be that evolution. We're to stand in it, be powerful in it, and not be afraid of it. With everything we are seeing, the world is evolving. I do feel we're in a new paradigm shift. Last week, I shared that I had some physical challenges. And a medical doctor said, maybe it's a spiritual upgrade. This is a medical doctor. And I believe it based on what I'm seeing with my inner eye and listening. And thinking about things have to fall away. When I watched the news yesterday about what's going on in the Middle East, and all governments said we didn't see this coming, I started thinking, maybe they're not listening. Everything is external instead of internal. And someone asked me, well, how do you pray for peace? Well, many native cultures, they said, be the peace. Be love. That's what I kept getting last night, was love. Send love. There's a healing going on, and things must shift. This is part of the shift. Chris, your prayer, beautiful. Thank you. The little things, that is part of evolution. We have to evolve, or we will dissolve. It's time to move past that. These teachings, the whole New Thought movement, it goes way back to Egyptian times and beyond that. Affirming love, taking that time to be still and know. I mentioned it last week. Be still and know. That helps you go to evolution. We are to feel into that now. There's a consciousness that is rising. So the old really is falling away. And a lot of times it's mucky. It's sad. And to not go into revenge and anger, because that's a lower frequency. It's time for us to be at a higher frequency. I believe Jesus, all the Hindu gods, Ganesha, the god of removing of obstacles and opportunity, all the spiritual traditions, they actually talked about what we're going on now. This is biblical what we're seeing. And we will get through it if we consciously evolve and not dissolve into nothingness. And when I mean nothingness, not the blissful nothingness of just getting sick and being sorrowful or angry or rageful. A lot of us are seeing anger on the road. You drive around Denver, Well, how about we chant the word love when we're driving instead of giving a certain finger? Even if your brother or sister's angry, how about you just say love? I've been thinking about Jesus, Yeshua, the great teacher, not from an old Stoic Christian tradition, but from what I feel that Christ's energy that flows through us means. Turn the other cheek. You may have heard that. I believe it means turn other consciousness. Not turn your other cheek and get hit. No. Turn away and look at what's possible. That's evolution. The revolution is now. Everything's been moving up to everything we're seeing right now, and we're not done yet. I know what I receive from my dizzy spells and everything, the download of information, and I believe all of us are available to that download, but you got to upload, and that upload is prayer and meditation. I know a lot of people hate seeing it because they want more action, but that is action. That is divine action. When you take 10 minutes to meditate, do you realize your brain lightens up? Your heart slows down. It increases your immune system when you sit and meditate or do yoga or deep breathing. I believe our ancestors did it when they said they would meditate on the word. Some people mean in my family that were traditional Christian that they would meditate on the Bible. There was a calmness when I saw my great-grandmother come out of her prayer room. And she was metaphysical. There was a calmness. There was a peace. The woman died with no wrinkles over 100 years old. Explain that to me. There were no creams back then. That was evolution. She was evolving. So how can you evolve in your life? How can we evolve? And I realized, I was looking at some of my clothes this morning. What do I wear? I don't know what to wear. I don't like this anymore. I'm like, oh, it's time for me to even evolve. Getting rid of the old clothes, old energies, old beliefs, even some old books that have just fallen apart. I'm like, this is crazy. Stepping up into that truth. How about this time for me to evolve even in my prayer work? Instead of listening to something in the car, I decided to listen to another spiritual mentor. And I listened to Barbara Max Hubbard the other day. And I was like, wow, was she ahead of her time? Just like the women that founded Althea Center, ahead of her time. I got to meet her twice. I think it was around 2017, 2018. At Mile High Church. And she spoke there. And I stood in line for her to sign my book. And this beautiful soul, powerful energy, little lady, big light. And she said, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. There's a change. And she said, it's going to be rough. Hold on. She said on stage, hold on. Hold on to light and truth and have faith. The little things, as Chris's prayer said. That's evolution. Don't dissolve into the muckness or the drama or the arguments. It's okay to be aware of what's going on in the news, but don't get sucked into these long conversations and do the Chicken Little, oh my God, the sky is falling. We too will get through this. But we are to hold on, as the Christ consciousness said, to the cleave of the garment. Well, that garment is one another. We're the garment. We don't get to do this by ourselves. We get to come together in community. You could create your own community with technology through Zoom and coming and evolving together. looking at that word evolve is love, evolving into love, into that divine energy. Evolution is a natural state of being. We cannot go back to the good old days when I hear those words, which weren't so good for everyone. I hear people say, oh, times in this time was peaceful. Well, maybe for that person. Peace is a personal perspective. You can have inner peace. Your neighbor might be going through something, but you can be still and know and stand in that holistic energy of the oneness of the truth. We are the ones we've been waiting for. It is us, and it is time for us to appreciate the little things and even review our life, to take a step back and say, hey, does this represent the new me? We have all changed since COVID. That was a huge energy shift. They're talking about changing our money. People are using Bitcoin to pay things. We're in a new golden age. But the one thing I know with this new paradigm shift, we're going to see a lot of muck. Last year, September, I heard this big voice that said, the fall begins in fall. I literally got freaked out, got out of meditation. Sorry, sometimes I get scared. So I had a moment. But for me, I'm like, well, I don't see anything falling. And it hit me. I heard it from a perspective of 2022. There is no time and space with the universe, with God. And it hit me again. And I was like, oh, that's this year. I was looking at it from a human brain. It's time for us to step in with our heart spiritual brain from that metaphysical, beyond the physical, going beyond the beyond. So no matter what we will see, last week and even now, it's rocky when you look out in the world, but that is that listen and be still and know. Because that leads to evolutionary presence. That's the evolution. Mahatma Gandhi talked about it, evolution. I believe all these beautiful people that left to go on the other side, Barbara Max Hubbard, who left in 2019, she's still with us. That energy is still here. So we're to hold that presence and to hold that light and to hold that love. Because a new world, a new earth is being birthed. New beginnings. As the leaves fall from the trees. As technology expands. We're expanding. We're the greatest technology ever created. We're created from pure love. And even days when we don't feel it, chant to yourself. Just say the word love. It's truly a frequency that will boost your spirits. We are surrounded in that. And it's time for us to affirm that as we talk about affirmative prayer in this sanctuary. To affirm what you cannot see with the human eye, but close your eyes. And sometimes you have to close your eyes and affirm what you can't see, but feel it in your heart. The evolution is now. The revolution is now. We're going to a new evolutionary consciousness. And we're a part of it. And we get to participate in it lovingly. Namaste means I recognize the love in you and the love in me. We are one, like it or not. We are one, our brothers and sisters, everywhere. Africa, Israel, everywhere. Everywhere. Wars we might not even know about. Tribal wars. Send love to the planet. Bring love to yourself. Touch your heart this week. And even say, great creator, divine God, whatever works for you. I'm resolving to evolve. That's an affirmation. I am resolving to evolve. I am resolving to evolve. Say it with me. Say it again till you feel it. I'm resolving to evolve. We all participate. All of us are teachers. All of us are spiritual directors. All of us are ministers. All of us are holy. All of us. Send love when there's hate. Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion. Even when there's hate, maybe it's called for us to have compassion. Have compassion with ourselves and others. That's the key to evolution. We're going to have a affirmative prayer of love today. Thank you, Verena. There is one life, and that life is God's life. And that life is our life now. And I know, and I sense, and I feel there's a oneness of love for all of us. I know this for Althea. I know it for the world. I know where there's any scarcity and fear, there's a golden, beautiful rose gold light that is flowing down onto Mother Earth, wrapping us in that love. And I know for all of us that we are listening and evolving into truth and affirming what we do not know physically, but what we know where we came from and who we are, whose we are, is love, built in love and peace and joy and harmony. And I know and I speak these words where I'm grateful, where it cannot be seen with the outer eye, it is seen with the inner eye, that there is only love and presence. And we are sisters and brothers and all there is in the one unfoldment. And I am grateful for Spirit is with us, for the Christ consciousness in each and every last one of us. Grateful for Mother Earth loving us and knowing that all of this too shall pass. Ooh, in a divine breath of the holy light as it reigns in peaceful love. I am grateful for Althea and grateful for everyone that is present to this prayer, to this center, and grateful for everyone saying yes to being part of the high evolution, revolution of consciousness. And so it is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Reverend Christina, for all of that. This next song you might know. It's a cover song. It's called If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. And what we were talking about before this was kind of like how we can be talking about, you know, if I ain't got you, it could be hope, it could be God, whatever that looks like for you. So if you know this song, please sing along with me. Some people live for fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think that the physical things define what's within. And I've been there before, and that life's a bore, so full of the superficial. But some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Some people search for the fountain that promises forever young. Some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love it. Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be? No one to share, no one who truly cares for me. But some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Some people want it all, I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Everything means nothing if I ain't got you.
Amazing. You are a gift. Thank you. Now is time. A time in this beautiful gathering where we give and share and tithe. I invite the ushers to pass out the baskets. Those of you online, feel free to go to altheacenter.org. You may donate online and on your program. If you wish to use the QR code, we invite that. And in the back of the room, we have this beautiful setup. It's called the tip jar. This tip jar is electronic, and you could do $10 tips. I call it the Vegas jar. And I also believe everything that you give come back 100-fold. Money is currency, and it's a current that does come back. It is law. So thank you. And it goes to support this beautiful physical building, having amazing musicians here, and all the other ways that Althea also gives back to the community. The ushers are ready. And we're going to do so I invite you all. This is the offering. The universe provides all that I need and all that I give With great joy, I share my prosperity, planting seeds for a world I am helping manifest. And so it is. Amen. It always comes back. And now it's time for the prayers of the people. This is a time where you can do a prayer request or even celebrate. Some people have had, and out picturing a demonstration of positive energy through affirmative prayer. Affirmative prayer, briefly, is not begging and beseeching. It is holding the truth to what you cannot physically see. Now, we have affirmative prayer partners here, Dick and Lee. If you, afterwards, if you more deep dive, a more affirmative prayer one-on-one that's private, there is our library, the historic library. So if you go through here, make a right, go through the kitchen, grab something to eat, and then go and meet with everyone in the library, you can have a one-on-one prayer request. Also online, please feel free to email a prayer request and you will receive an affirmative prayer. Now with this session right here, Prayers of the People, KISS method, we keep it simply spiritual. So only first names, please. This is on Facebook. If you're doing a prayer for someone else, please don't say their last name and where they live. And make sure you have permission, because where two or more are gathered, but we do have to honor everyone's confidentiality. Thank you.
I know it's been said a lot, but I want to pray for Middle East peace and love and divine resolution.
Yeah. Well, that was quick. So like I said, any other deeper dives, feel free to meet with Dick and Lee. And Dick also he's a retired minister. Once a minister, always a minister. They will hold in consciousness for you. Thank you. And now the community song. We're missing some people. Start back up.
There I am. Good morning. This morning for our community song, we're going to do a really simple song. It's actually taken from a Quaker chant, and Aaron Copeland put it to music. So please stand as you're able and join me in simple gifts. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come around right. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. Thank you so much.
All righty, don't sit down. Grab a hand or more. Get ready to shout it out. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is that thing called life. I resolve to evolve. In love. In love. In life. I feel it. I know it. And I am it. And so it is.